Hey, what's up? It's me, LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Welcome back into another, the Joe Budden Podcast, episode 895 of Spirited Conversation. And I let this play for a minute, and they are still talking about a spirited conversation. And I actually caught this one. We're about in the 8-minute marker, actually, but I'm rolling over and paused it at I actually paused it at the 8-minute 16-second marker. But they're actually talking about the title of said title for this show, A Spirited Conversation. And the spirited conversation, spoiler alert, is Marc talking about how he had a, quote, spirited conversation, end quote, with his wife late in the night. So, after the spirited conversation, Marc went out to drink at the bar. To have a drink, probably to cool off, put some space in between that, and, kick some things around of what she said, what he said, what she probably shouldn't have said, what she should have said better, what he could have said, what he should have said better, or things like that. When you have a conversation and you have to really think things through clearly, how else are you going to come back to the table with some resolve? That's another way to do things when you're having a, quote, spirited conversation. You have to leave from the conversation so tensions don't get too high, cool down, and actually think about everything that was said. And then come back with some notes and some ways to figure things out or correct the situation or meet in the middle or just adjust whatever it is the said conversation was about. That happened. That's how it's supposed to be at work and friends, schools, places of worship, but it usually don't end that way. So having said that, I like this portion because it's still segueing into the conversation we just had by the vitality of men and how it's really cool that this podcast is a thing, not only for the JBP podcast itself, but for men in general, because, it's a lot of guys springing up podcasting, but it's another safe way for men to gather around and chop it up, because men need a guy's night out too. Men need more options to have something to do, especially if they're really trying to correct themselves and go a different way. Sometimes it's hard to do that if all you see is the bad stuff, so they need a new lane to do things. And as they grow up, and have families and stuff, those opportunities for guys to get together and shoot the breeze and have a good time, it seems like there's nothing there for them to do. They don't want to be in the basement all the time in the same house where their wife and kids are. No shade, they may want to get away from all of that, because at the end of the day, we were all born here by ourselves. We have to figure out a lot of this stuff by ourselves. We made our friends by ourselves. So what makes you think at any point in the day someone's going to want some private time by themselves? Because that's how you get a lot of clarity. That's how you also remind yourself of who you are. Things like that. So I'm really enjoying this moment on here, and we're only 8 minutes in. If you're interested in following along with me, the link is in the description below, my cool peeps. And Joe is just expressing that he's glad to be on the podcast, having his guys to, chop it up with, because he will probably be somewhere worse. And all the guys actually agreed. And then it's unfortunate reality that they all, I didn't hear I say anything, but the way the mood was collectively on the sofa, they all agree. If they didn't have the podcast, all of them would unfortunately be alcoholics. And it's pretty sad, because that just shows how life can take you through the ringer, no matter your place and point in life far as financially. Guys have a lot of weight on their shoulders, and like I was saying, they have a lot of stuff to do. And then if they decide to get married and have family, and their family grows, in addition to a shifting economy, in addition to their aging, in addition to now they have to learn new stuff, and they may not want to. They just got up. Now you mean they're shifting, and I just got my feet, I just got my wins. I was on my last lap, not meaning to go away and transition to be with the Maker, but last left on laying down the bricks and foundations of how I foresaw the rest of my life, at least the next 7 years, and then think about transitioning with the change of the times. No, what's happening right now? And they haven't even laid all the bricks down. The cement hasn't even dried yet. So now they're trying to keep that stuff together as the shift change. All that hard work they did to get things where they are. You telling me it's about to shift that hard real quick? I know I'm growing older, but good mercy. Can I have some room to breathe? Nope. I don't care who you are, where you are in life. Ain't nobody getting no more time to breathe. It's over. It's a wrap. So once again, I'm liking this portion right here. What do you guys think about this? Fellas out there, have podcasting saved your life? Has podcasting opened up a new way for you and your bros to hang out and just get some things off your chest and talk about issues that you may not have felt comfortable talking about, but presenting it on the platform allows you the, quote, permission to do as such, because not only are you talking about a topic, you're opening up for everyone else's opinion, and then in turn it allows other people to be like, man, I feel the same way too. So I want to congratulate all the guys in general in reference to that. So right now the guys are segueing into Ish going to Knoxville, Tennessee. Tennessee is shaped like a hot dog. It's all like flat, like, it's shaped really weird. And that's all I can think about when I think about Tennessee, and like the canyon mountain looking type of rocks that they have everywhere, and Taylor Swift. It seems like a nice place, but not a place for me. I can't say that. And passing through was cool, pulling over to look at a few things, take some nice pictures. But he's going over there to look for some property. So, honestly, good luck with that. But like I said, America is a big old continent, right? But every state is not for you, even on the continent. And I don't think Tennessee is the place for me.